Salvation is not just something, okay, I die, go to heaven. All these turmoils and attacks and persecutions and hardship comes in, and throughout all those darkness, eventually you come out sanctified. You come out purified. You come out as a stronger being. It's called salvation. See, in God's point, giving Hannah a baby wasn't his point. His point was, through those process, God is renewing Hannah, strengthening Hannah, purifying Hannah, and sanctifying Hannah. So, okay, I got the baby. Yes, it's not that. Through all those process, Hannah is no longer a same person. Hannah used to be a weak, scared, oppressed woman. But through this process, now Hannah became a bold, strong, courageous woman to give his son to God. And just live it up to him and just walk back out of there and just live her life. It's yours. I don't need him anymore. See, all this time she was asking for baby, baby, baby. And after she got it, she gave it to God and she walks away. See, the whole point is not answer prayer, but it's the salvation that happens to Hannah. It's the sanctification and purification and strengthening courageous heart that has been created in Hannah's heart. That's why at the end, Hannah realizes this was the fight with the enemies, and this was God's salvation. Verse 2 says this, there is none holy like the Lord. There is none besides you. There is no rock like our God. Now when you confess, there is none like you, what does that mean? That means no one is like God. He is the only being who is like Him. There's no one else who is like Him. His otherness, God's otherness. God is not like us. His otherness, there's no one like you. What is this called in one word? This is called holiness. Holiness means His otherness. None of us is like you. You are the other one. You are there who's holy and who's set apart. That's called holiness. Now, through this process of hardships and turmoil, what was the fruit? Hannah came to know God in a deeper way. Hannah came to know God in a deeper level. Hannah came to know Him in a deeper level through this process. That's the fruit and that's the result happened to Hannah. Now Hannah was able to stay who God was. You know what's the strength of us? You know what's the power of us as a Christian? The power and the strength of us is knowing God in a deeper level. Knowing God in a deeper level is what is accomplished, is what sustains us, is what makes us go on. You know how you give up in the middle? I used to give up too. There was like a major giving up in my life where I don't want to even look at it. Now I want to erase that part of my life. No. Now, when I look back, why did I give up? Why did I fail and just ran away? Why did I give up and just ran away and just disappear? Why did I do that? Because I did not know God in a deeper level. Those who really know God in a deeper level has the power, and they're the one who sustains. When you fail on something, right? When you fail on something, you try to examine the situation and try to resolve it, right? Of course, you gotta do that. But all that caused this failure is not this situation. It's your being who did not know God in a deeper way. That's why God puts you through the fire so that you may know Him in a deeper way. When other people see God this much, you see God this much. When other people's perspective is just this much, but you're able to see on this perspective. Your eyes are widened. Your views are higher. So God is no longer just vague, just blurry being that you just cry out to, but He becomes clearer to you. And after that, you're no longer the same. That's why Job, after he went through all those turmoils, what was the conclusion? See, if you think easy way, Job, he was taken away all his possession, all his children, and he was all deprived of all his stuff. And then because he sustained later, he was given greater blessing. Before he had $1 million, now he has $2 million. Before he taken out of his house, but now he received his house. Before his health was deprived, but now he received his health. Now up to there you could explain it. But Job, before, all his children were dead, killed, died. Like 3 of them. And then later, how many kids did God give? I don't know, like 9. So does that help? Is that gonna somehow make you feel better when your 3 kids are dead? No, it's not. That's not the point of Job. The point of Job is, through all those turmoils and all those hardships and all those pains and struggles and darkness, Job finally confessed, I used to hear about you, but now I see you. I used to hear about you, God, but now I see you, God. The one who sees God, the world cannot overcome. Therefore, knowing God deeper is what is needed for our soul. Therefore, what is important? The theology of God should be solid in you. 하나님을 아는 신학이 확실해야 돼요. And then, some people say this. Theology is not that important. It's not about 신학. Like some people say this. Like whenever someone stresses, it's about theology. It's about 바른 신학. And then always people comes up to that person and says, it's not about theology. It's not about complicated 신학. It's about your heart. See, that's an excuse. That's a big time excuse. We tend to ignore the intellectual 신학 theological part because we come up with this idea saying heart is what matters. Theology doesn't matter. You know what Romans chapter 12 says? It says, do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but transform by renewing your, what is it? Mind. What is mind? Is mind heart? No, it's a thinking one. Mind is the thinking process. How are you thinking rightly? Now when you say, look at this, when you say theology is not important, it's the heart. When you say that, you know what you're doing? You are stating another theology. By you going against the theology, you're stating another theology. By going against the doctrine, you're stating another doctrine. Which means you're confused. That's why theologically sounding base of the doctrine in your heart, in your mind, knowing God is very crucial and very important. Hannah was just a second wife of the stupid man Elkanah. Hannah was just a second. I wonder why did Hannah even marry Elkanah? But now by the grace of God, this lowest of the lowest being Hannah became a greatest theologian and became the mother of Samuel. See, that's the dramatic upside down of God's story. Verse 3. Talk no more so very proudly, let not arrogance come from your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by Him actions are weighed. True encountering God results in humbleness, and humbleness causes one to have faith. When you truly encounter the being of the existence, the presence of God, it makes you to be humbled. And it's the humble ones who can have faith. Because it's the humble ones who could depend on. Verse 4, the vows of mighty are broken, but the feeble binds on strength. The faith comes from the weak. Through the faith of the weak, mighty